Hi there, welcome to Recap City. Today, I am going to share a 2019 Russian language movie, based on the real-life story of the youngest soldier in World War II called Soldier Boy. Warning, spoilers ahead. Enjoy watching. The movie is set during World War II in Russia. It begins with a mother and her two sons having a wonderful time by the river. Sergei Alyoshkov, the youngest, brags to his elder brother and mother about being on top of a huge tree. Suddenly some German fighter jets fly overhead. Worried about her children, she asks them to hurry and hide in the bushes. But young Sergei confidently claims that he's not scared as he strikes the jet using his slingshot. Surprisingly, he manages to bring all the jets down, but when he looks around to brag to his brother and mother, they are all gone. The scene is cut when Sergei wakes up, revealing that it's just a scary dream. Sergei is terrified and calls for his mother. Just then, someone knocks on his door. Thinking it's his mother, he rushes towards the door and opens it, but it was their neighbor panicking. She's grateful and thanks God that Sergei is alive, but informs him that her mother and brother are dead. The little boy cannot understand anything she's saying and insisted that he'll just wait for his mother in the house. But the woman tells him that he should run away because the Germans attacked their village. Just then, German soldiers are already in front of the house. The woman hurriedly gets Sergei out the window, but unfortunately, she was shot behind him. With no family and friends, the little 6-year-old boy is now all alone. As Sergei runs away from the soldier, he sees the whole village burning down but cannot do anything other than calls his mother in vain, then run away far from his home. He ends up in the middle of the woods after running for a while. The little boy starts calling for his mother to fetch him because he is lost and doesn't know where to go. The night comes and Sergei stays in the jungle. The following morning, we see the boy drinking from a river when suddenly he hears soldiers approaching. He understands that soldiers are dangerous, so he quickly hides inside a tree's roots. A snake startled the young boy but doesn't say a word or move away because he was more scared of the soldiers than the snake. The soldiers stay for a while on the river to eat. When they left, Sergei takes the chance to get their leftovers and eat them. We can see that the boy is exhausted after a long day of running. He hasn't had a proper meal in 2 days and has been walking with no place to go. He's tired and sometimes falls but doesn't stop moving. While walking, he sees wild berries and hurriedly picks some and eats them. Suddenly, an explosion occurs behind him, taking him by surprise. He gets dizzy and starts to hallucinate that someone is following him. But this does not stop him to stand brave and trying to confront the person he thinks following him that he has a gun and is not afraid. He stumbles forward but falls unconscious after a while. After he falls, 2 soldiers came and approached the boy. The scene then cuts into a Russian army base where we see Commander Kuznetsov waiting for his patrol soldiers to report on what's happening outside. They come in with the little kid who is injured and weak. When the soldiers claim they are on his side, the little boy opens up and introduces himself. The soldiers laugh when the kid shakes his hand with the commander, suggesting he introduce himself too. The soldiers feel affectionate with the little kid and circle him around. They make him drink water and feed him. Even the otherwise cold commander takes care of the kid. A nurse named Katya dresses up Sergei's wounds and is charmed by his personality too. The kid asks her to draw a tank on his wounds because he wants to be a soldier when he grows up. Even the injured soldiers talk to the kid and feel lighter. Sergei is fascinated with the commander's gun and his badge. The commander too answers all the little boy's questions and lets him play with his honorary pistol after taking the bullets out. Sergei shows him the tank drawn on his stomach and boasts about being a soldier himself. The boy is healing very quickly. The nurse Katya asks the commander to let the boy stay with the battalion, but he disagrees, claiming that it won't be safe. He wants to send Sergei to an orphanage. The soldiers spent all their free time with Sergei. He is visited by many throughout the day. They bring him food sent by their families from afar and even let him play with their binoculars. One day, a soldier goes to the commander to ask him to let the boy stay with the battalion. The soldiers have grown a close connection with the kid, and think of him as their own. His presence takes the weight of war off their chest. However, the commander is adamant about sending the boy to the orphanage, for his safety. The following day, the enemies attack, and many soldiers are hurt. A vehicle comes to fetch Sergei to take him to the orphanage. The commander breaks the news to the kid and gives him a wooden honorary pistol as a gift. The boy in turn hugs him, claiming that he is scared for the commander's safety. The commander melts in his embrace and changes his mind. He asks Sergei to stay with the soldiers as his son. That night, the soldiers look for little soldier clothes for the little boy. They are over the moon to have Sergei stay with them. The commander wakes Sergei up and gives him the clothes. He wears them and runs around, looking like a real soldier. The others start calling him their little soldier boy. As the kid runs around, the Germans launch an air attack on the battalion. The soldiers quickly take Sergei to a safe place and fight the others. The number of injured soldiers grows rapidly. Sergei wants to make himself useful, so he brings water to thirsty soldiers. One of them asks him to read a letter sent by his family because he has a bandage over his eyes. The little boy wants to help but doesn't know how to read. He takes the letter and starts making up the things written on it, claiming that the soldier's cow is safely back home. When the soldier says he doesn't have a cow, the others tell him to go along with the story and laugh. He reads everyone else's letters in the same fashion and cheers them up. In the following scene, we see Katya and the commander talking. The two seem to be attracted to each other, but do not confess their feelings. Later, Sergei tells the commander that he is of the orderly position in the battalion and starts introducing himself as one. However, the boy then sees one of the soldiers' stations destroyed by the attack. The commander teaches him to take his hat off to pay respect to the dead soldier. The next day, he insists the commander give him a mission and is given a task to distribute the letters among the soldiers. He completes his task efficiently and even makes the soldiers dance for him. The following day, Sergei goes a little far from the base with his binoculars. As he is playing with it, he sees someone's leg moving from inside a haystack. He rushes back to the battalion and tells the soldiers about his findings. The soldiers are skeptical but go with the boy anyway. When they reach the haystack, they are alerted to see two German spies hiding underneath. The spies are arrested, and the kid is praised for his intelligence. That night, the commander shows Sergei the legal papers for his adoption. He is now officially the kid's father. Sergei knows of the commander's feelings for Katya, so, to repay his kindness, he takes him to confess to her. But the two see her talking to a different man, and wrongfully assume she is interested in someone else. The base is attacked by the Germans again. This time, Sergei helps the soldiers with all his might, by supplying ammunition to the soldiers on the front line, but the soldiers command him to go back to the shed because it is too dangerous outside. When he comes to the shed, he sees the commander and others panicking because the phone's connection with the colonel is lost. A soldier is sent to fix the broken wires. Sergei follows the soldier and sees he has been fatally wounded. He asks the dying soldier how he can fix the wires, and does it himself. The connection comes back and more troops are called. The 6-year-old save everyone's life. Later, we see the commander and Katya talking by the river. The commander finally confesses his love for her and asks her to be Sergei's mother. Katya is over the moon, but before she can say anything, a soldier approaches them and gives the commander a letter, saying they have been dispatched from the base. The following day, all the soldiers leave for their new base along with Sergei. However, on their way, they come across a minefield that blows off some of their vehicles. The commander is hurt while the group's orderly, who Sergei was close with, dies in the explosion. He cries and hugs the commander. They carry the injured ones with them and continue their journey to their new base. When they finally reach the other base, they meet the commander's leader, the general. He too is impressed by the kid's ambition and congratulates the commander for having such a smart kid. The following day, their division is awarded a guard's banner, and so is the boy. He promises to save his country when the general gives him his badge. One night, their base is attacked brutally, and the commander is trapped under the ruins. Sergei cries for his father and tries to save him. He calls the other soldiers, who finally bring the commander out. The next day, Sergei approaches an injured commander. His hands were hurt while trying to save the commander. The kid is now an inseparable part of the team. He doesn't have a family beside them and moves wherever they go in the war. The movie ends as we see that the regiment is seen moving forward to another base. A voice narrates that Sergei even took part in the Stalingrad battle and reached Poland with the soldiers. He is known as the world's youngest soldier ever, and Sergei Alyoshkov's legendary story of bravery inspires the world. Help us grow this channel. Subscribe for more videos every day, turn on notifications and leave a like and a comment. Thank you for watching. See you at the next one.